Hey guys, welcome back to LMI Network, Lawyers, Mediators, International. As you've probably noticed, AI tools are creeping into every industry. The legal field is no different. If you're a lawyer or mediator like me, you might be starting to take advantage of the AI tools on the market and what they can do to help you in your business and in your life. In the next few minutes, I'll show you some of the ways I'm using AI for lawyers and mediators. You're going to watch 3 tools doing 3 different jobs in my firm. Claude for preparing a real court filing on a real Texas e-filing system. ChatGPT running my marketing and creative work. And Gemini Notebook, the tool formerly known as Notebook LM, reading a case file and briefing me on it. And if you don't know me, I'm Mac Pierre, a lawyer and mediator who's into all things legal tech and ODR. Tool number 1, Claude from Anthropic. 2 things make it different for professionals. First, the desktop application can actually do things on your computer. Open a browser, check your emails, read your files, fill out forms, not just chat and answer questions like before. Second, you can give it standing instructions that will always be around. Mine are simple. I'll tell it a prompt like, "You are an AI paralegal helping me and my human paralegal. You ask me before you act. You never file anything, ever, without me." Let me show you what that looks like when I give it a real task. Filing an agreed final order in a family law case. This is Claude's site, claude.com. You download the desktop app straight from them to your Mac or Windows, and you launch Claude Cowork. One thing worth understanding before you go in, Claude comes in tiers. You'll see names like Opus, Sonnet, and Haiku. Think gears on a truck. The big ones think deepest and cost the most. The small one is instant and cheap. For legal work, I say stay in the higher gears. You'll see why in a second. Now we're in the actual app, inside my office project. Watch the model menu, Fable, Opus, Sonnet, Haiku. That's the gearbox I mentioned. And here's the whole interaction. I speak one sentence into it. File the agreed final orders in suit affecting parent-child relationship. And in the case I'm about to give you as an attachment. That's it. That's the prompt. I attach the order, and notice everything in this demo is a sample document, of course, and it goes to work. It says working on it. Behind that, it's reading the attachment, checking the case folder, and planning the same steps that a human paralegal would take. No menus, no script, plain English. And here's where it gets serious. Claude drives the actual Texas e-filing portal, eFile Texas, the same Tyler system every Texas lawyer files through. It navigates through the sign-in process. I log it in, of course, because it doesn't hold my credentials. Then it works the filing screen like I've done 1,000 times myself. Filing code, it scrolls the messy drop-down that your legal assistant scrolls through, and it lands on proposed order. Filing description, e-file and serve. Then the fees screen, payment account, party responsible, filing attorney. Now the line I will not let any AI cross. Claude preps the envelope all the way to the summary screen, and then it stops. It does not click submit. I click submit. That's not a technical limitation. That's a rule I wrote into this instruction. And it's the rule I'd give you if you take nothing else from this video. Let AI do the 90% of the work, that's typing, clicking, and checking, and then you keep the 10% that's judgment, signature, and responsibility. The bar card on the line is mine, not the robot's. That division of labor is what makes this tool work. Tool number 2, ChatGPT. Is doing something now every solo and small firm neglects. Marketing, images, and creatives. And is doing it at a level that used to take hours of tedious work. If Claude assists my paralegal, ChatGPT is my designer. Quick tour. This is OpenAI's home, and this is ChatGPT's images workspace. You'll see styles, pin collections, handwritten, anime, interior design. This looks like toys until you realize what it means for practice. Social graphics, event flyers, YouTube thumbnails, a poster for a talk, the whole visual layer of a modern firm generated and iterated in conversation form. Now, as many of you know, I did a recent documentary on the story of online dispute resolution, or ODR. I created the artwork for the documentary this way using ChatGPT, dozens of drafts back and forth. And this page matters more than it looks. Codex. That's ChatGPT's coding agent. You describe software and it builds software. My developer and I, we use this tool like we're doing almost every day this week to design ZODR AI, the tool that I'm working on. You may never touch Codex and you may not be developing some kind of tool like I am, but you should know that this exists. Because if you don't automate and use these AI tools this way, then your competitors will. Tool number 3. You probably know Notebook LM. Google recently renamed it Gemini Notebook. Same product, but different name. Of the 3 tools described in this video, this is the one I recommend first to mediators and lawyers who haven't really used AI in their practice, because it does one thing really, really well, and it does it in the safest way possible. Notebook LM only answers from the documents you give to it. No internet improv, no hallucinations. If the answer doesn't exist in the files that you provided, then it tells you so. Watch this workflow. I create a notebook and I load a case file. And again, these are example documents, but they're the exact same shapes of documents that you would handle every week. A child custody affidavit, a client divorce questionnaire, an attorney general child support filing, an agreed order like I just did a few minutes ago, a parental rights checklist, 7 sources checked in on the left. The moment they're in, the notebook reads them all and hands me the headline: a Texas family law case, custody, support, property division, a father alleging the child's living environment is unsafe, an asset inventory, a decree, a possession schedule, and child support. That paragraph with citations back to each source used to be an afternoon with a highlighter. But now I ask and it delivers. I ask for what I actually need. Create for me a timeline of events, in this case, for example. A timeline out of 7 documents, assembled all while you watch. If you've ever built a chronology for trial prep or a mediation summary the night before you sit down with the parties, then you know exactly how many billable hours sitting there and doing this work manually might take you. But now it's different. And notice you stay in control the entire time. You can stop generation mid-answer, swap sources in and out, and everything it says points back to the page you gave it. And that studio panel on the right, 1 click each, an audio overview, a podcast for your case file, for the drive to the courthouse, a mind map for parties on the issues, reports, flashcards, a quiz. These can all help you understand your case. So, Claude can help you work. ChatGPT can build brands, and Gemini Notebook can know the case file. 3 tools, 3 jobs, 1 small firm running all of them, with a human hand in the middle on every submit button. If you're a lawyer or a mediator and you want to continue this journey with me, please make sure you subscribe and turn on the notifications. This is LMI Network. I'll see you in the next video.